Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and seasonal maps are such an underrated part about any single Overwatch event. I mean, they get to redecorate our favorite maps and match the theme of whatever we're celebrating in-game, whether it's Halloween, or Christmas, or the Chinese New Year, and that's it. I mean, it might have seemed pretty obvious, but we have the Summer Games event, Archives event, and Anniversary event also, but none of them have maps that were redecorated. Or actually, no, the Uprising event with King's Row with the campaign mission does redecorate King's. No, they basically just turn the lights on and have a daytime in King's Row. No, what I'm talking about are asset-changing maps. The maps that I'm talking about are the ones where Blizzard hangs up Christmas lights or puts spider webs and pumpkins in various spots throughout the map, or puts lanterns on little buildings or castles. Those are the kinds of maps that I want to talk about and have a higher appreciation for, which is why I'm going to be doing the top 5 best seasonal maps in Overwatch. But not before we vote for next week's top 5 episode. And in case you guys are new here, every single Saturday we do a top 5 episode, and every single Saturday I surrender myself to the voting poll, because that's just how this democracy works, because this is a democracy, alright? We're all voting for what we want to see, or the meme that we want to see continue. And the meme right now is the top 10 best sprays in Overwatch, so you can vote in the top right hand corner for that episode, or, since I hate y'all, my top 5 most hated skins in Overwatch. In the past, I have done the top 5 most hated skins in Overwatch, but they weren't just focused on me, and my skins that I hate, and the skins that I want to see deleted from the game. So I figured I would do that episode because I haven't done one in a while. But something that I have done is look at the top 5 best maps, top 5 worst maps, and now to add a third child to that trio, the top 5 best seasonal maps in Overwatch, usually coming from the Halloween, winter, and Chinese New Year event. But the first map on our list is gonna be honestly an underrated map just by itself, not even redecorated for the Winter Wonderland event. But when Blizzard World redecorated itself for the winter event, it earns a spot right at number 5. Being the Disneyland of Overwatch, you know they gotta redecorate the map to have that Christmas or holiday theme, with candy cane poles and Christmas lights and trees decorated with tons of ornaments. It has such a nice and cozy feel, even though we're going onto the map to destroy each other and ultimately get salty at each other when this is supposed to be a happy and fun-filled time. I think that's a big reason why so many people forget about these seasonal maps. Like, not forget about completely, but nobody ever seems to pay attention to, because they either A, hate the map, or B, they have traumatizing experiences from people being toxic and salty towards each other during a time of happiness and joy and love, when everything is so beautiful and colorful. It's like, no, we gotta kill the Mercy! I'm sorry, maybe I'm the one that gave you that traumatizing experience, but I do like how they changed some of like the box assets to presents throughout the game, so that not only does it match the theme, but it also has a point of being in the game. But I also like the end parts where it kind of has like the King Rat castle with the throne and whatnot, and also the tavern. Oh my God, the tavern is so cozy by itself already, but then when you throw in some Christmas trees and some presents and good friends, which I don't have any, especially not now because I'm in quarantine, then I'm gonna want to stay in there forever. Like when I went to BlizzCon and they have that replicated tavern, I felt right at home, even though I've never played Hearthstone in my life. But if they were to do this next time at BlizzCon, they should really redecorate the tavern to have a Christmas theme, or maybe a Halloween theme, who's to know? But the point that I'm trying to make here is Winter Blizzard World is a fun environment with a welcoming atmosphere that is so fun and colorful. I just wish more people would like the seasonal maps, because Blizzard, well, I'm sure it takes less time to redesign a map, still works hard to make it a fun and enjoyable time. Which is the complete opposite of this next map, because while this is definitely a classic seasonal map, the whole point of this map is not supposed to be warm and cozy, but sad. Like my love life. This is Halloween Eichenwalde. So Eichenwalde has already seen its impending doom, because this was a war zone for the Omnic Crisis, but then the post-war, you know, it's still a little bit cozy during the day. Oh, but Halloween, no, it's the complete opposite. They turn down the lights, they add a bunch of lightning and rain, and then they have some very spooky lights to just add to that creepy atmosphere. Of course, they have the cliche pumpkins, and then the Junkenstein posters, same with the Frankenstein monster, and and then more spider webs. Like, god dang, how many spider webs do you need? They didn't redecorate too much as compared to Blizzard World or other seasonal maps, but what I like most about Halloween Eichenwalde is the castle. Oh my god, that castle is seen right out of a movie, probably because it is out of a movie. It's inspired from Frankenstein. From what I remember from my college course, which I actually took a college course to earn college credits by studying horror film. You should really look into that if you're in college, but one of the movies that we had to watch was Frankenstein, and it took place in a castle where the tip of the castle was supposed to capture lightning to make Frankenstein come alive, which is why you see so many of the lightning poles seen throughout the castle, because they're trying to make Junkenstein's monster come to life, which is Rodog, which is Frankenstein. And let me tell you, Blizzard parodied that scene perfectly, because at the very end of Eichenwalde, inside the castle, you can see Rodog being covered by a blanket, because god dang, nobody is that thick, so that's the only hero you can assume is gonna be Frankenstein. Now, if only in future installments they were to add Frankenstein's monster's wife, Sombra, somehow into this map. That'd be a nice little addition if they do decide to add that. But yeah, I love this map because, again, it's supposed to parody Frankenstein, and it also pairs perfectly with the campaign mission, which is Junkenstein's Revenge. So not only is it a great campaign mission map, but it's just a great map in general with a not so welcoming vibe, but it's still a perfectly themed vibe, if that makes any sense. But ladies and gentlemen, for the third spot on our list, I want to bring up a map that I'm sure you don't remember got redecorated for this seasonal event, unless you play a lot of FFA, which I do because I really hate my team. During the Halloween event, they decided to take to the mansion map of Overwatch CHATEAU and give it a nice spooky theme. Halloween CHATEAU is such an underrated map, not only by itself because of the way that's designed, but also the Halloween version has so many little nooks and crannies and redecorated assets that I fall in love with. The floating candles, or the somber experimental table, or even the ravens that you see on the outside part of the map, and the pumpkins. How can we forget about the spooky pumpkins? And that's one of the main reasons why I like Halloween CHATEAU more than Halloween Eichenwalde, is that they touched on all parts of Halloween throughout the whole entire map. You have spooky, scary, creepy, gory, and even fun parts about Halloween seen throughout all of CHATEAU, and that's why I appreciate it, is because they got all aspects of Halloween in one single map, where on Halloween Eichenwalde, it seems like they left a lot of the map untouched. Now, two things you gotta realize is that CHATEAU is a lot more smaller and compact, and the second reason is that the first Halloween event came with two redecorated maps. You're gonna soon see what the other one is later on in this video, but CHATEAU is a perfect map to get a Halloween paint job. I mean, a creepy mansion is a perfect scenario for a Halloween map. It's just a match made in heaven. But for the number 2 and number 1 spot, I went back and forth with both of these maps because they're both the pinnacle of seasonal maps. Like, when I think of redecorated maps, I think of both of these maps right away because they're just so well designed, so beautiful, and breathtaking. When I first experienced these maps, I was like, yes, I want more of this. I want this for the anniversary event. Like, I would love to see a birthday theme. But for the number 2 spot, I decided to go with the third seasonal map that we ever saw, which was Winter Kings Row. Now, Winter Kings Row has a very special place in my heart, and it's such a nostalgia trip every single time I hear the Kings Row jingle, every single time the map loads in, because back in 2016, this was the first event that I got to play in, because I didn't get into Overwatch until Season 3. Not only that, but the map looks fantastic. Again, just like Winter Blizzard World, we have all the cliche Christmas decorations, the leaves, the presents, the trees, the lights, and any single time a map has that, I just fall in love with it just because I love Christmas that much. It's my second favorite holiday, right next to Arbor Day. But what makes Winter Kings Row more special than Winter Blizzard World is that at the very end of the map, where the Omnic, like, what is it, factory or whatnot is, they replace the Omnic machines with presents. This is Santa's workshop in Overwatch with presents being made. It's so cute. I love it. Honestly, anybody that hates Winter Kings Row probably is just the Grinch. That's so stupid, but I like Kings Row, I like Christmas. That means I'm gonna love this map, and that's why it's at the number 2 spot. But it wasn't the first seasonal map, and that's why it's only at number 2. Because hot gamer boys and e-girls sitting at home typing away telling me of how I'm never gonna find love, the number 1 seasonal map in Overwatch has got to be the first one that we ever saw, which came with the Halloween event. Because for whatever reason, the Summer Games event still hasn't redecorated a traditional multiplayer map, but it doesn't matter because it's never ever gonna beat Halloween Hollywood. Alongside Halloween EICHENWALDE, we got this beautiful map. We got scary movie posters. We got floating candles in the cafe. Of course, we got the witch's pot and pumpkins. We got an undead Red Dead Redemption cowboy theme. And then inside of the movie set, inside of the filming area, we got a floaty pumpkin theme getting adopted by aliens. What more could you want from a movie themed map than a Halloween movie themed map? Honestly, the way that Blizzard redesigned Hollywood, it could make it seem like it's a real life place. Like, it looks like a real life movie theater in like downtown LA or something. I hope people understand my sarcasm. I know Hollywood cannot be a real place, guys, okay? There's no way that they would actually make a movie set inspired from Overwatch. That's just so stupid. Why would they do that? But guys, that was the top 5 best seasonal maps in Overwatch. And I know I didn't include any from the Lunar New Year event because there was Busan and also Lijiang Tower. But just looking at both of those maps, the main majority of the redecoration was just lanterns. I mean, Busan looks beautiful at nighttime with those pink lanterns just floating out throughout the map, but that's really it. When it came to King's Row, there was a whole entire factory and then trees. It looks so amazing. There weren't just asset changing, but there was just environment changing, and that's what I like most about the maps, and that's why I just really appreciate these seasonal maps, is that they take that extra effort to just theme an event around a holiday, and I hope they do that more in the future. But until then, I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch videos to come, and bye.